So I wanted to talk about some of the modifications that we've made here in the RV. We're preparing our camping trip in 2022 and just installed a thermostat here for the rear air conditioner. And it had the controls on the unit itself, which were a little problematic and they're hard to reach. I think it's going to work a lot better to have a thermostat control down here. So just replace that unit from Dometic, the control box up there, and install this thermostat. We had Vistaprint print out some of our photos from last year's trip and have mounted those in various places throughout the RV. So that's kind of cool. Bear just came out here and he was all excited to come in the RV and started wagging. I think he wants to go again. And this year we have a new addition. We have another dog. We have a Yogi. So we have Yogi Bear. We have two Goldadors that we're going to take. Yogi's still a puppy, but he's a handful. So it's going to be interesting. Our PepWave router, of course. We've got AT&T LTE 25 megabits unlimited data business plan that we use as our primary, and just added a Verizon 300 gig data 10 megabit LTE SIM card as our secondary, just in case we happen to be in an area where AT&T doesn't have good enough coverage or may have an issue. We'll have a backup to be able to switch to Verizon. We've never not had AT&T service. Of course, we plan our trips around it. We look at the map and make sure we're going to have good coverage. We've got new monitor mounts installed in here. So speakers installed in here. Got one monitor there. So we're going to bring the monitors obviously back out, computers back out, get them hooked up. Added some LED lights up here in the office. So those are kind of neat. Go around. And then there's a control unit. Remote controls right there for that. And then we added these heat storm heaters in various places. Got 3 of them in here total now. Bear's excited, wagging. Let's see, added some other lights here. So there's a control unit here for these LEDs, which they're dimmable as well as the ones in the rear. So that'll be great for when we're watching TV in here and don't want to have the big lights on because the big lights kind of glare. There's another heat storm heater there, so we've got 3 of those, so we can heat the whole RV with just those heat storm heaters. They crank out the heat pretty good. Actually, in the office back there, it was in the 40s, and I came out here and turned that heater up. It was under 10 minutes that it got into the high 60s, so I was pretty impressed. There's another picture got there. Got another picture up here. Oh, we put a microfiber mat there for the dogs. Well, for us too, but that's what we use in the house and they work really well. So this room where we have the kids, turn the lights on here. So it's where the computers go for the kids. Of course, the monitors go there. And one thing real quick, we've added these hangers, coat hangers there. And that's an outlet that I added for air conditioning. And that's actually a drain cover from Home Depot, and I used a drain line to do it. But up here you'll see this hose, and it goes up into the duct and then comes down, so it's corrugated and a little flexible, which is kind of nice. So I went straight into the ductwork up there and then ran that down because Dutchman did not put any cooling in this room in the 2021. I believe in the 2022 model they did. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think they put the vent over here, which doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to me because it's right by the door. So it wouldn't really cool this room, and as well it would go out into the hall. So I think over there is going to work much better, and obviously cool it in here with the computers. Especially, it's important that we cool this room. And we can box this in if we don't like it. If we want to put the box it in, make it look better, but I don't really care. I mean, it's not hurting anything. It's Grayson's bunk, and he doesn't mind. It's just a plastic vent going up there, so no big deal. Another picture there. I did add another fire extinguisher, so we have a 3rd fire extinguisher in here. Of course, we got one in the truck as well, but that way it'll be handy if we're ever in here and need it and need to make our way out. You may be able to hear beneath me there is a dehumidifier running, and we run that all the time to help keep the humidity out. Obviously, it's a whole house dehumidifier, Midea model, and I've got it strapped down in the compartment below. Hello, bear. I'm a happy dog. Also have a Hughes Autoformer installed underneath this, and our Power Watchdog are also underneath this, so those are all in the compartment below. And that way we don't have to put the expensive equipment outside in the rain or for somebody to possibly steal when we're at campgrounds. So I think that's almost it in a nutshell. I don't know how much I talked about this before, but this ladder, we've added this ladder to make it a little easier for Grayson to climb up and not block the hallway. And it's one that I built last year before we started the first trip, and it works really well. All right, come on, bear. One other thing, let's see, did up here is change this vent so that it's directional now and can be shut off. Because Grayson's got more room in his bunk to move out of the way or move around, but Hunter, basically that air is blowing directly on him, and there was no way to shut off that particular vent with the blade vents that came in the unit, so I replaced it with that one, so he's got better control over airflow back here. And then in this main unit, air conditioner, I did the modification. I'll put pictures in, but I did the modification where basically I ducted the flow, built a box up there to direct the output into the ducts, which makes it considerably quieter, and it also dramatically increases the airflow, 40 to 50% depending on who you ask, and you know how they do the modification. But so far seems to work quite well. Anyway, if you enjoy our content, like and subscribe, and we'll be back on the road with some new adventures and videos and all kinds of cool stuff.